Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? My name is Kyle, you know me as Dragonmar, and welcome to a new video. This video will kick off our new VOD review format, which is aimed at improving the clarity of these reviews for you, my viewers. I will now be including a scoring / ranking system out of 5 stars for each round. This will be loosely based on things like the contribution to your team, how well you played your role, and the outcome of the gunfights / the round. I'm not just going to be looking solely at kills. You could ace a round and still do a lot of things poorly, as we all know. I will also begin discussing my expectations of the player for their role based on their agent selection. What we're looking for from a Phoenix is vastly different than that of a Viper. So at the start of my VOD reviews, I'm just going to lay down my expectations of what good play in that role looks like, so that once again, my viewers and everybody watching at home can understand what I'm really criticizing in these videos. And then finally, I'm going to be looking for opportunities to ask you, my viewers, what you would do in certain situations by essentially just pausing the video and be like, hey, what would you do here? And then we let it play out and we discuss. So with that being said, let's take a look at Majestic. He's a new player in Valorant who's playing as Viper on Breeze. And remember, he's only Silver 1. This is the rank that I'm now realizing a lot of the player base is, so I want to do more reviews of Silvers. So first things first, we're going to talk about the expectations of Viper. What does good play as Viper look like? Well, first and foremost, I think we can all agree, setups, lineups, one-ways, essentially your utility usage is one of the biggest things you can do as a Viper. She is, in my opinion, one of the most reliant on learning these setups. So the first thing I would say is make sure you have some of these down. Go watch some videos of good Vipers, figure out what they do. Next, I want to look for how you establish map control with abilities. A good Viper is going to use that utility to establish map control specifically on attack, where it's much harder to play a sentinel or a support agent in general. And finally, I want to look for opportunities to apply pressure with your molly. Are people playing in corners where you're able to get the molly off? Are you able to apply pressure to spikes, post plant, things like that? That's what I'm going to look for in terms of molly usage. And then finally, when we look at a support or a sentinel role, there's two things: trades and patience. You have to be patient to play these agents. They don't have the best dueling abilities, right? So you're relying on your utility usage and you're relying on your knowledge of the game, not just I'm going to throw a flash and swing this corner. And then of course, trades. Trading is essential if you're playing a support. You want your duelist to go in first, and then how close you are, your positioning, things like that come into play there. So with all that being said, let's start the review. All right, guys, jumping into the VOD review here, let's take a look. So first and foremost, we got a Viper wall going out to split B site. I think that's fine. Now, one thing that Majestic wrote to me is he wants to know why he's so inconsistent in his games, and that's definitely something I've talked about as a whole, but we can also look at that while we watch this VOD review here. So first, I do want to note, I like the Viper wall. I think that that wall makes sense as long as your team is going to be dedicated to pushing through B, ideally through main, right? Because now what you've done is you've kind of created space for the enemy to take control of that pathway into mid. So you've got to kind of wonder, okay, if you're going to go out here, then why did you put that wall? But nonetheless, we're also going to look at crosshair placement. Obviously very low crosshair as you're turning around here, able to find the KO. Just kind of, I'm not even sure what he was doing. Jet's going to push you here. I like that you're repositioning, right? This is smart. You want to get away, so this round is already looking pretty good here. And the aim, unfortunately, just a little bit off. So in terms of this round, I would say roughly 3 stars here. It wasn't a bad round per se, but I think what ends up happening is you use your utility and there's no follow-up. You kind of go away from your team and you're all alone. All right, round 2 starts off here. Just going to stick with the classic. So again, let's check out the wall placement. We got a wall going across A. Across A. There's no T in across. Pretty decent wall. Again, what you're looking for now is to push through. You're going to look for essentially flushing out any enemies on your side of the wall and then getting that plant down. Now you're up here with your Omen. So right now you just want to hang out. What you're looking for, again, you're going to look for a trade here maybe. Nope, you're going to swing wide and try to do a little bit too much there. I think that a little better communication maybe between your Omen and yourself. That round, probably 2 stars on that. That wasn't a very good round overall, but it was just a save, so it doesn't really matter too much. All right, let's take a look at round 3. So this is obviously the most important round in any game, as you guys know, is going to be the first gun round. This generally sets the tone. Pistol round, obviously very important, but a lot of crazy things can happen on pistols, so I try not to take too much, look too much into it, just because, who knows? Sometimes people just, spray and pray for the class that get 3 kills. That someone is me, by the way. So let's take a look. We've already used our wall. Obviously, you're going to let that replenish here. We've got Molly. We've got our smoke. By the way, I'm not going to call anything by the correct name on Viper. I just, that's just what I call stuff. And yeah, what even happened here? Let's just take this one back a quick second and let's look. So you're going to turn corner. You're aiming at waist level everywhere. So bad crosshair placement. A player was close. You didn't full commit to that. And on top of that, you've got other players shooting at you. That was a very, very low impact, very, very low chance of that succeeding. That was a bad round. 2 stars on that, 2 out of 5. That was not what we're looking for at all. That was way too risky. All right, round 4 here. So yeah, last round, first gun round, I didn't like what I saw, because to me what that says is you're just going to be swinging for kills here. You got to have some patience. You got to have that crosshair at the right level so your first shots are headshots. Right here, a little bit better crosshair placement. Going to swing that raise. She is going to miss as well, which is good. Again, sitting on your molly, sitting on your smoke still. You did the same exact wall on B, but now look at where your players are going, right? Your wall doesn't help them here. So let's take a look. Let's see what happens. All right, utility. I'm not really sure what that smoke was for. I've got to be honest. I kind of feel like that was a waste. I would have maybe even just, thrown that into where the raise was, honestly. Let's see here. You walk your way onto B. So I like this. You're creating space. You got to be a little more aware there. That guy was very visible early on. If he was ready for you, you were very dead. Always want to check your corners. But I like what I'm seeing, right? You're creating some space. Not normally the role of a support, not the role of a Viper. But if your teammates aren't going to do it, you have to step up. So I like what I'm seeing here. 3v2. 1 spotted. We know Raze is still holding that sort of doorway angle. Let's see what your decisions are here. So you got the wall. Full strength, can use it. And will the Raze be here? No. Okay, so she most likely dropped. It would be good to communicate with your team. You hear the footsteps. You're behind. There should be a free kill. No one should peek. All right. Okay. So, wow. I was going to give you 5 stars on that round. I'm going to give you 4. Essentially, what you're looking there, you just got to chill. You had both players on your screen. They didn't see you. Take your time. Do not rush things. Good job taking out the Raze quickly, but that could have been very, very bad. That's something you want to clean up. Right, just taking your time there. So yeah, 4 out of 5 on that round. All right, so it looks like we've got a wall going up in mid here for round 5, and you're gonna op. I personally am not an opper, but that was a nice play. Essentially what you did is he was spotted on your map, very, very easy to see. He said, hey, I see your head. That was a good shot. That was a clean shot. Playing a support opper though is an interesting choice, but again, this is what I like to see here. That was a good reposition. You're repositioning on the other side of these mid boxes here, getting an angle. KO was not ready for you. Now that KO was in a horrible position. That was terrible, but you took advantage of that, and that's what matters. Remember, Valorant is all about taking advantage of your enemy's mistakes, okay? It's not just about doing well and creating your own opportunities. Take advantage of what they're doing poorly. And with that, you guys are in a 5v1. Okay, the awareness. I know you're calling for a call there, I think, or someone was. You just have to look at your map, okay? That was a very good round, and you just lost a lot of credits for nothing, okay? There was no reason to die there. You were looking at a wall as your teammate died next to you. So that's the level of awareness we have to see better. You have to play better there. I'm giving you 4 out of 5 on that one, because at the end there, that was tough. Look at the map, see what pops up, especially when your teammates die. All right. So moving into round 6 here. Now things are looking pretty good. You're going to play the exact same spot again, right? I'm not really sure why you're jumping. I probably wouldn't do that. Okay, so I believe that was a KO flash in mid. You got a little bit of info here. Now again, what are we looking for from supports? We're looking for you setting up your teammates. Have you been setting up your teammates so far in this game? I would say no. You're doing a lot on your own, which is great, but your walls haven't really helped your team take sites. You've just been getting some good op kills pretty much. Well, let's see. Maybe I'm going to be wrong here. Okay, Omen spotted. Okay, and KO's on site, so I would open up this door. Yeah, and that was a decent round. Now, you obviously didn't have too much to do with it. You were kind of chilling in mid, but a decent round overall. I'll give you 4 out of 5 on that round. All right, so we're kind of halfway through this first half. Thinking about what we laid out in the beginning in terms of expectations, we're looking at how well have you been using your utility? Well, overall, I would not say very well. I'd probably give you 2 out of 5 stars on utility usage so far in this game. It just hasn't been that good. Right here, we're probably going to see the most value from it as your team actually enters site through what you've created with your wall, even though your wall's not up currently. Your mollies haven't been getting much value, and neither has your smoke. I'm hoping to see a big ult, though. Regardless, as I'm talking, you're just getting kills with the op. And sometimes that's all you have to do. Obviously, there was a decent 4 out of 5 there. You know, you are playing support. You're not entering with it and you're staying back. You're just taking what they give you. And sometimes that's all you can do, right? If they're going to give you all these free rounds, you take them. So I like that. Now, you did talk about consistency, right? And one of the things with consistency that I've talked about, especially in my video on it, is making sure you're playing similar agents or the same agent in similar positions after warming up, right? That's the key thing. So I'm not sure if you're doing that, but right now, to me, this looks like a player who's warmed up. This looks like someone who's maybe done some deathmatch. Your shots are pretty clean, even for, honestly, silver. You're just hitting your target with the op. Now, once we switch back to a rifle, maybe I'm going to change my opinion on that. But nonetheless here, 4-3, 5v2 as you guys push through B. What I'd like to see from you, I think, is learning some lineups with the smoke. That would be a suggestion I have already just from watching. You're getting absolutely no value out of it so far on attack. And I understand it's harder to get value on attack, but if Viper is someone you like playing and you play Valorant, you've played enough to send me a VOD review, I would suggest learning some lineups of how you can throw this to aid your team, create some one-ways, things like that, just to make attacking a little bit easy. Because remember, guys, if you are playing this game and only using half of your utility, sometimes you're better off playing a completely different agent because you're not getting the full value of what your character has to offer. Decent round there. I'd say 3 out of 5 overall. Okay, so as we move into round 9, we haven't had a single ult from you. We have had your ult for a little while. Let's see here. Okay. You let the Omen cross and you're going to hold this position. What I'm questioning right now is why you're not holding a little bit tighter, because I feel like your left shoulder is a little bit too exposed there, and someone might be able to get a weird angle on you by backing up far enough. They might just be able to see a little bit of your shoulder, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see them. Nonetheless, that Omen is dead. You've still got your wall in mid. You've got, you know, good utility still. 4v2. Just not much for you to do here, right? You're kind of walking through. Okay, we know a player's behind. And there's the res. I believe that res is in mid. This is what you want to look for. This is game sense. You look on your map. You say, where do people die? That way when a res happens, you know exactly where to look. Yeah, and this was the player behind. Your teammates know. Then you just want to be careful here because this player definitely could have gone up this or be under. Yep, there he is. Yeah, so that's not really what we want to do. You just got to be more aware that that guy probably is going to be pushing backwards. You saw your players moving forward. You have an op. You got one shot, one opportunity. 2 out of 5 stars there. I didn't like that push. Now, some of you might be saying I'm being a little harsh here with the 2 stars out of 5, but honestly, like, you're losing ops, you know, over and over and over. Now, the economy's been pretty good this game because your team's winning a lot, but can you imagine just throwing away ops in a game in a close game? No, I mean, that's 2 times now. So that's something you definitely want to work on. Don't throw away these guns at the end of these rounds. Pay more attention to the minimap and where players are going to be. And honestly, what I'm seeing from you right now tells me that you're going to be a pretty decent player as soon as you can develop that game sense further. And probably the best way to do that, obviously, pay way more attention to that minimap. Oh, right there, an over adjustment on the shot. Let's rewind this really quick. Take a look. Yeah, I just went a little bit too far there. That begs the question. How's your sensitivity? Is it a little high? Might be something to look into. Nonetheless, though, I'll give you 2 out of 5 on that round. Here we go again. Round 11. You're currently 9-6. So things are looking pretty good. And especially for attack as a Viper, I would actually say that this is been a pretty good game for you so far. So let's see what you can do here. You guys are going to break walls. Now your Omen is pushed up. Now see, what is that smoke for?
Oh, I have spike. Shit.
Like, see, do you see this play? This is all wrong. Like, I've got to talk about this because look what you just did. You put this down, you grab it, drop it, still in vision of the arch over there. And then you've got these back arches here. You're just running past. You've got to be checking angles for players more often, okay? At higher ranks, you're just going to get one-tapped walking these angles, running past them like nobody's there. I like the position you played there. You just missed your shots. And again, you're running forward as someone comes left to right. In that case, they were coming right on their screen. They're just going to have an easier time shooting you because they're going to stop their momentum better. Much easier to counter strafe, obviously, or to counter strafe, I should say. That was a pretty poor round from you. I'm going to give you 1 star on that round. Final round of the first half here. What are we looking for? We're just looking for good utility usage. Again, no ult yet. We are in the final round of the half. You could have had 2 ults probably by now, and we haven't used one yet. Oh, crosshair placement a little bit low there. You do get the kill. Here's the ult. This is a very typical Viper ult. This is good to see. Omen, good game sense there to check that. Things are already looking better here. This is what I like. This ult essentially solidifies the round for you. I mean, even if a bunch of your teammates die, you have such an advantage by being in here. Okay, you're gonna get a little bit aggressive. Definitely a little unnecessary. I mean, but you know, if you just want to end this round, you can end the round. So yeah, I would say this round was decent, right? I don't think there's any chance you guys lose this. But again, not much was asked of you. But I do think the wall plus your ultimate were good. But again, where's your smoke usage? Why are you not throwing that down? Why are you not using that more often, finding more value? I think that's something that you want to look into, just trying to find some lineups, things like that. So I'll give you a 3 out of 5 on that round. All right, as the second half begins, let's touch on a few things. So overall, I think the first half was okay. I think what I'm seeing not enough of is molly usage. They are very good. Applying vulnerables is so important when you're playing Viper to get yourself some nice easy kills. I want to see more mollies, so hopefully we see that on defense. On top of that, look for more opportunities to use your ult early on. You don't want to sit on an ult for like 7 rounds. Getting 1 ult per half, I would say, is bad. 2 ults is really what you're looking for. And then finally, I'm worried you might be relying on the op to kind of carry you, what we would call an op crutch. Just be careful with that. But as I say that, the classic right click strafe, oh my gosh, wow. And that, my friends, is why you don't need to buy a ghost. I'm giving you 4 stars on that round. That was a very dangerous push, but you were very fortunate there that right click, those shots came through big. Dangerous push, but it played off. Now, I'm going to be judging you harshly if you do that again, right? You do it once, fine. Take it by surprise. Now you got to play smart. All right, so as the second round starts here, you're actually just going to take a ghost. Now, you might have picked that up. You might have bought it. Regardless, though, the ghost here, interesting. I am a fan of buying second round. I'm a fan of buying specters. The main reason is that you essentially solidify the fact that you're going to win that round. When you buy a ghost or you pick up a ghost, you stay on pistols, you sometimes can get outmatched by a few lucky headshots, and then suddenly you lose the second round, you lose your momentum, your team might have split bot, and now you're in this weird position in that third round after the pistol and after second round. So let's take a look here. 3v2. Molly. Okay, I like it. We're using the molly already. I would like a molly back sight there on double box. Ooh, nonetheless though, the jet actually will come through and you're just going to take a nice headshot there. Not a bad round. I would give you 4 stars on that round. That was a pretty decent shot on the jet. I noticed you didn't spam, you just tapped. And that shows me that you're rather confident, at least in your aim. So that's good. All right, so 10-4. Things are looking pretty darn good right now. Let's take a look here. So you've got wall going down. I would say, just from the very little I know about Viper, this is a good wall. This wall is going to split through a bunch of very key points on the map, and it's going to allow your team to get a lot of pressure. If you take a look at your Omen, your Phoenix, that's what you want to see. Now, the one thing you want to do, though, make sure you're communicating when you're dropping that wall. Definitely don't want to drop that wall when your teammates are expecting it, or you're going to get in a lot of trouble, and you're going to deserve every second of it. Okay, again, you're pushing through here. I'm not a big fan of that. These are risky plays. They're essentially high risk, low reward. See right there, you got a running ghost spamming you. Now stay alive. Don't die here. Don't die here. It's way more important you keep your phantom than it is to get this last kill, and your teammate will clean it up. I'll give you 3 out of 5 on that round. I didn't particularly like the push there, but you are able to get a kill off of it. And potentially gonna go on match point if you guys can take this round. So this has been a pretty good game so far. Again, this wall I think is very, very good. If you do this wall every round, I would be okay with that. Now, I'm asking, why are you mollying that, though? That's where I think the questions come in. Why molly now? Did you hear something? You know, I don't think the Sky Flash got anybody. So maybe hold on to those a little bit. But I will say, I'd rather you use your utility like that than not use it at all in these rounds. If we take a look again at crosshair placement, it looks like when you're closer to the enemies, you're more confident in your crosshair placement. I noticed early on, and I think a lot of the viewers will as well, your crosshair was very low. That's very, very dangerous when you start getting to the higher ranks. Once you hit gold, once you hit plat, you're gonna get punished so hard for missing these first shot headshots that it's gonna feel like everybody is cheating, right? So you're 1 kill off ult. Okay, the Omen, I don't think he saw you.
He TP'd.
Okay, and you TP's up. Really, really nice shot there. That was probably one of your best shots of the game. That was a great adjustment. You've got ult here. That wall tells me he's in sight somewhere. Oh my gosh, that would have been a great round to win. Let's take another look at that. Yeah, look at where your first shots are. You're gonna shoot about 4 bullets to a right. Ready? Boom. And you're so close to the headshot, but so far. I think there, once you spot her, you ult sight. And you tap spike and you force pressure there. I really like that first kill, so I'm gonna give you 3 stars out of 5 there, but that round could have been so much better if you use your ult. And moving into the next round here, it's 11-5. We've got Vandal this time, so a little switch up. I think we'd be using Phantom if I'm correct. Phantom, I would definitely recommend any defensive player playing close angles like this. I'm a believer in the Phantom nowadays. You know, Vandal gang, I still love you, and I'll still use the Vandal all the time, but Phantom up close is just so good. Again, we've got our normal wall. We are down a player, and we've got 2 other players here, so I'm not really sure what your Skye and Phoenix are doing. Okay, that should be a free kill. Oh my gosh, your movement. I am not sure what you were doing there. Whenever you see a player flying through the air like that, you want to set your feet and you just want to shoot. You don't want to try to like out move them or anything. You're not going to, the Raze has the movement advantage. Just take your shots and make them count. Okay, you're in a tough spot. There's a smoke right there. You gotta be careful. Ooh, I don't know about this. Okay, a nice play there though. You should not have been able to get another kill out of that, and you got one.
Shoot back.
Oh, good job supporting your teammates, but the aim is going to let you down big time.
Oh my god. No.
Oh, that's really unfortunate here. You're in a bad spot. You're on 7 health. You're holding too low for a headshot. I don't like this. You have been able to get that 1 extra kill. I don't think you should have got it, but honestly, yeah, I mean, you needed to kill that Jet. I think you're rushing things. I think you got to slow down a little bit here, because honestly, you made a great play to kill that extra player, and then you kind of just threw it all away. And also, you probably shouldn't be picking up an op in a 2v1 when you have low health. It's just going to be too tough, because you kill one, the guy swings, and you're 7 health. You got to be able to spray. I'll give you a 3 out of 5 on that round. I wanted to give you higher, but after you missed that Jet, I just can't. All right, going with the same wall again. So you haven't pushed in a while. So my suggestion here is to consider potentially going for a push, maybe with your Skye or something. Is there a way to utilize her flash and maybe a Phoenix and get a little push going here? Because right now, as you're gonna notice, you've been pretty much playing the same spot every single round here on defense. Sometimes that can be too predictable, and you're better off switching things up. I will make note you use your ultimate. I am proud of you here. I think this ultimate is okay. The only problem is your teammates are dropping like flies. So, and especially being on a Spectre, it looks like some of your team are on like Sheriffs or I couldn't even tell. This might not have been the best round for it. I like the idea though. Yep, reset. Okay, so you did end up getting the kill there. Somehow the Sage only hit you once. The aim definitely could have been better, but you did try to reset the fight. I like that. I'm actually going to give you 4 stars in this round. Not the best round kill-wise, but I like the ideas of what you were doing. 11-7 here. So this game has not, you know, you guys started off really, really strong, got some wins, and now suddenly the other team's catching up. So it's all about putting this game away right now. You're going to rotate through spawn. A good job recognizing that the Omen had started his flank there. I'm surprised he actually went through with it and no one was able to kill him. But again, you know, we're shooting bodies, so we got to remember that. All right, here's the Raze. You're going to want to separate. You both ran the same way. Looks like Skye took the brunt of it. And you're going to swing back and just completely whiff your shots. Oh, man. Unfortunately, I'm only going to be able to give you 2 stars on that round. I think the key there was to rotate quicker, get over there to help your teammates. It was a good job killing the Omen, but your aim was just so off on that fight with the Raze. No way I can give you higher. All right, so 11-8. This is a game that's so slowly starting to slip away, right? This is pretty close now, especially with you on a sheriff here. This is a round you guys definitely want to try to win if possible. It would really set you up, obviously putting you on match point. When you can win these force rounds late in the games, this can change everything. But again, you're going to notice, what are you not using? You're not using your smoke, right? So it begs the question, what is even the point of having that ability if you're not going to use it? Okay, rotating around here into the corner. Oh man, oh no, we got to hit those shots. Running back in sight of main as well. Not the smartest play. I don't even think you looked at it. Oh man, player went top mid. You got two other players in mid there pushing up as well. 3v4. All right, we hear one. Ooh, decent aim there, actually. I like that. That was a good kill. Definitely grab the gun. You could fall back. You could play far. Oh, good job finding the jet. 2v2 here. You're doing a great job. Now, you just got to be smart with how you deal with this omen. Personally, I would have pushed the smoke. And I know that's me, and it's probably a bad idea. A great kill, though. Dude, yeah, don't re-peek this guy. You don't need to peek. 15 seconds. You got to play time here. This is really, really good. I like what I've seen. Okay, finally, with the cloud coming out. This is all really, really good. You play time. Oh my gosh, a great round. I'm gonna give you 5 stars on that round. That's what I like to see. That was a round you had no business winning, but you were able to maneuver, reposition, and just get some kills. A little bit of luck, a little bit of skill. That's what we like to see there. I like that. All right, match point 12-8. And honestly, yes, you're doing very well score-wise, but there is so much to improve in this game. This has been a very fun one to watch for me, because just because you're getting kills, it just shows how much better you can be when you develop that game sense and that aim further. As a new player, I think that this is a very, very good look, Majestic. I would be very happy with myself if I was you, especially after I've watched this VOD review here. I can already tell that the way you're playing the game is going to go a long way, and you're going to be a much higher rank very, very soon. But let's see, 12-8. Can you guys close it out on this round? And again, one thing I want to note, I think your molly usage and your cloud, your smoke usage could definitely be better. I would also consider supporting your teammates more often with your walls. That's something you haven't done at all. You're just really using that wall for yourself and through mid. I know it's a great wall, but potentially you could look for a wall on A and then run yourself over to B. Ooh, nice shot finding the raise. Okay, player close left goes down. 4v2 here. You have ult as well. Nice job kind of slowing down there on the shots. Definitely want to shoot a bit faster. Getting called a smurf, the ultimate compliment. And you guys are going to win the game. So let's talk about what you could have done better. Now, after watching this VOD, I think that there's definitely a few things I can suggest to Majestic and anyone who plays like him. First and foremost, I think you can apply a little more pressure when you're on attack by just using abilities, especially things like your molly. This is one thing I noticed not enough of, is using your molly to push people out of position and learning the lineups is going to be very, very important for you. On top of that, one of the best things I've learned as someone who plays smokes is using one-ways to my advantage. We didn't see a single one-way. That is also something I would want you to look into. On top of that, you know, I said using your lineups easy. That's just common sense. But I did notice that your crosshair placement is going to need work. I highly recommend anybody who wants to work on their crosshair placement to go into deathmatch. Your crosshair should always be at head level for where you're expecting enemies, okay? Never run around aiming at like waist or the ground. That is just completely pointless and is a very bad habit. You want to break that as quickly as you can. And then finally, I noticed you played a little selfishly. I would like to see you play in the future more as a team player, be a little bit more supportive. Remember, you are playing a sentinel, okay? You do not have to be, or at least I think it, maybe she's a controller. You're a support player regardless, right? You want to be a little bit more supportive, looking for trades, and less, I'm just going to take the op in mid, okay? That's not really your role. Yes, it worked this game. I think that's because you are on your way to a higher rank though, right? And it's not going to work for long. You don't want to rely on the op and those solo plays. You want to get in the habit of working as a team. But overall, I think that was a great VOD to review. I'm really happy with this performance, and honestly, it's nice to see a VOD where someone can get so many kills but still do so many things wrong and have so much to improve. So that was a lot of fun to watch. Thanks so much for submitting it. And if you guys enjoyed, hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you back soon.